Hi, my name is Barb Clinton. I'm the Director of Education with Home Instead Senior Care, and welcome back. This is part 4 of our 5-part series of Alzheimer's and dementia, some things that you can do for your loved one. So we've already talked about Alzheimer's and dementia, the definitions of those. We've also talked about cognitive symptoms, those mental symptoms, and we've also talked about behavior symptoms. So what I'd like to talk about today are activities. Your loved one, I'm sure, over the years, while they were still working or during those beginning years, possibly had activities that they did, whether they like to garden or play golf or play cards. So I'd like to talk about activities today. And there are 3 different types of activities. There's mental, physical, and social activities. And I can give you the definitions of those as well. And as before, what we're going to talk about, if your loved one is in a stage where they can't complete those activities or they're having trouble with missing some of the steps, we're also going to give you some tips about how to share that with your loved one. So mental activities are activities that help stimulate your loved one's brain. It could be looking at photographs, paging through catalogs, maybe knitting, crocheting, things like that. Physical activities, of course, are walks, activities such as golf or tennis, things like that, which they probably are not able to do. But everyday tasks like folding clothes, or we do care for a little lady that just loves her house being clean. So we put a little Swiffer and she kind of Swiffers her house, or dusting. So those are physical activities. Also social activities. So those are being with somebody, whether it's, baking some cookies and bringing them to a neighbor, or going to grandchildren's outing events or sporting events or things at school. So those are the 3 different types of activities. Engaging somebody in an activity does a bunch of different things. Number 1, it builds self-esteem, where your loved one may feel that they can't do what they used to do. And a lot of things they probably can't. Maybe they're missing steps, or because of other medical conditions, they can't be as physical, have that physical activity. But it does build self-esteem, once you accomplish that. It also provides fun and happiness. If you're looking through a photo album or sorting through those things, reminiscing. So fun and happiness too. And of course, seeing the grandkids, I'm sure, is also a happy time. Enhances physical fitness and strength. So even if it's sitting watching Sit and Be Fit on TV, when you're singing, and marching in place, those little things, or little, exercises with soup cans or water bottles. Those physical activities are very good too. And also it might minimize symptoms, by redirecting them if they're having a bad day, we might just say, well, let's just go bake some cookies. So it may minimize some of the symptoms that your loved one may be having as well. So along with that, those activities, as we've spoken about before, so as before when we talked about symptoms and some tips, there's also some techniques to use with activities. And we have 4 for you. One of them is modeling. And that is actually, showing your loved one what to do. You're actually going to model what needs to be done. Also, give instructions. So let's just say that you're baking cookies. She loved to bake before, but we can't get all the ingredients together. So, we'll have the flour in one bowl, and possibly they can, put those ingredients in the bowl. So giving instructions. Possibly simplifying something. Let's just say that you're going through old pictures, some black and white pictures, color pictures, and maybe putting those into a photo book. So maybe simplifying that task of sorting, putting them into a photo book. And then the last is asking the client or asking your loved one for their help. Mom, can you help me with this? Let's put these groceries away. And then asking them for help. So those are the 4 techniques for those types of activities. So we just talked about activities, mental, social, or physical activities. And you, above all, know your loved one the best. I tell caregivers, to get to know that person that you're caring for on an intimate basis. And I tell them to look around the house. If there's a piano there, or there's multiple baseball caps, or artwork, So those are the things that they surround themselves with, just as you do in your own home. So those are keys to activities, whether they are mental, physical, or social activities. Our next video, which is a huge concern, or can be a huge concern, we're going to talk a little bit about safety. See you next time.